Hello, beautiful, gorgeous, divine, intuitive beings. It's Tiff here with the beautiful Jocelyne in her lovely studio. I do love your studio, Jocelyne. Is this in your house? You're muted.
It's actually my daughter's house and she lives next door to me, and this is her spare room.
Oh, how wonderful. It's a gorgeous spare room. So, this is the energy. It's like you're being transported to Jocelyne's, you should have just said yoga studio. You're too honest, just like me.
Cave.
Cave. Okay, we're going to call it the yoga cave, are we?
It's got such good light. It isn't really cave-like, is it? But there we are.
Okay, so welcome everyone to Jocelyne's amazing divine yoga tarot flow. So I have been working with Jocelyne in my mastermind for the past year, and Jocelyne is an amazing energetic rewirer. If you know the tarot, think of the magician card and you've got Jocelyne. So she is so well practiced and knowledgeable, from Akashic records to hand reading to oracle cards. She's a transformational tarot specialist. She's a yoga teacher. She's an Access bars. All of these are her tools, and they all plug in to, I don't know, the energy you feel with Jocelyne when you work with her is like a pylon. There's like this charge and this energetic rewiring. Hi, Lorna. Nice to see you here. So we wanted to show up and give you a taste of this to see how you feel. And the way that we would do that is that Jocelyne will pull a card for anyone that raises their hand. So you just say, yes, please, you would like a card, and she will tune in and shuffle and pull one for you, because obviously we can't talk or see you. And just by the intention setting, by tuning into you, she will stop naturally when she feels that you have the card, and that card will show what chakra needs some work on, and then she will do a yoga pose or some type of yogic, maybe asana, pranayama, breathing, but something to energetically align you. Okay, so think tarot reading and yoga class in one, plus it's a collective yoga class. So even though like one person might be being addressed, it's actually for all of us to do. It's like every one of us is a part of the body or the chakras that need realigning, we have found. So yes, Lorna is saying she would like a card. And before we go there, Lorna, Jocelyne, is there anything you want to add or change to what I just said?
No, that's pretty accurate. Nothing
excellent. So we'll have the universal perspective, yes, and tune in to Lorna, who would love to have a card. Please, Jocelyne.
Okay. So the card that's come out, Lorna, is, I don't know if you can see there.
It's very bright. Is it the sun?
It's very bright. I'm against a window here, but it's the Three of Swords.
Oh, yes, we can see it when you hold it closer. Yes.
Yeah, Three of Swords. Okay. So the Three of Swords is also at the, it's a perfect card because the color indicates that it's the third chakra, and it's kind of the Three of Swords. It's kind of, I always think there's kind of a bit of swashbuckling going on here. So there's something that needs to be shifted or attention put at the third chakra, and that's to do with your determination. It comes up a lot, actually. I've noticed this just recently with my private clients, and when I'm doing things like this, we keep getting third chakra energy.
Oh,
yeah, very strange. More than any other card, this is coming up for people at the moment. So I don't know if it's something to do with the planets, or if it's the moon, or if it's just the collective energy. And I've got a feeling it might be the collective energy that, you know, we haven't been able to have self-determination. No matter where you are in the world, we're all in a similar position, which is quite strange, isn't it? That we're mostly under restrictions. And every time I put my mind to that thought, I think, wow, you know, it's a bit like we've been in a movie for the last year. And we're all kind of a little restricted to varying degrees, and we want to kind of fight our way out of it. And that's what I'm thinking with the swords here. It's like, yeah, we just need to get some action. I want to get through this, and we can't wield our own power in the way that we would like right now. So we possibly need a pose that's going to help shift that energy.
Yeah. Shift the lockdown. Boop, boop. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so let me just get into this. Right, so this might not be for everyone, so I'm going to show you versions of this. I'm going to show you an easier version, and then I'm going to show you a slightly more challenging version.
Okay.
So the version of this is we're going to come to kneeling, and we're going to put our right foot forward. Yes. And the way I like to connect to this energy here is to bend the elbows slightly. I'll just come here and show you this a bit better, because it's quite difficult, this bit. So your arms are by your sides. You're going to bend your elbows away from your body, and then start leading with this part of your anatomy until you feel your arms raised to about just below your shoulders. And when you get to that point, leading with your elbows, you usually feel that there's a drawing in of energy here. Okay, so I'll put that all together. So we're going to lead with the elbows to about here, feel the belly drawing in, and then unfold up to about there or there, depending how that feels. Push heel to ball with your front foot. Press down into your knee and your back foot. So far, so good. So now we've got the energy charged up in this area. We're going to bring the hands back to the heart. Press the hands together. The energy here. If you do nothing with your hands, they're just wishy-washy. Press them together. Now take an inhale. Exhale. And with the strength of your belly, rotate until the little fingers are pointing somewhere towards your front knee. And then we're going to bring either the elbow or the back of the hand to the front knee. Now look and see if your hands have walked up towards your armpit. If they have, your top fist, we're going to press down and rotate a little more towards that front knee that's bent. Are we good? So we're pressing there so that we didn't have the arms go up like that, and we're bringing them back to the heart. So that should create quite a strong pose through the whole of your body. Are we good? Can we breathe? How are you feeling, Tiff?
Yeah, I feel like I'm obviously having to modify because I can't really kneel on the floor.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm able to do that in a seated position.
So
yeah.
If you're with me, folks, then you're pressing heel to ball in your front foot. We've got a rotation. We're drawing the belly in, and we've got a lot of energy rotating through the body. Now just pull your front arm down one side of your head and take the other one up. So we're still rotating, maybe lifting the undercarriage, drawing the belly in, expanding across the chest. And the pivot point there is about the third chakra area. So let's come out of this. We'll do it on the other side.
Yes, so peeps, everyone watching, this is a collective yoga class. So follow Jocelyne.
I'm going to face a different direction now. So bring your left foot forward, press down into the foot, press down into your back knee so that you're lifting your energy off that side. Take your arms forward, elbows leading, a little bent. When they get to about shoulder level, you can really feel your belly. Unfold the arms upwards. Belly lifted, drawing in, lowest two ribs, drawing into your body. Now bring your hands to your heart. So you're pressing your thumbs into your breastbone. And because you're pressing your hands together, you're keeping the energy lifted in this area. Okay. Now take an exhale and rotate just by the strength of your belly, by self-determination in a way, towards your front bent leg. Okay. So let's just go straight into the variation now, where your hand should still be at your breastbone. We're going to free one arm to the side of the thigh. Keep your belly buoyant. Take the other arm up. And you might look to that back hand. You might look to the front. Now let's keep the energy in the body by bringing the first finger and the thumb together and creating a strong mudra there. It's like an energy lock that just keeps the energy inwards. There we go. So about 3 breath cycles here. Keep drawing your belly in, expanding your chest. Remember that pivot point here from the lower body to the upper body is that 3rd chakra area. And it takes a little bit of determination and a little bit of power, internal power, to keep in this place.
It does.
Bring the hands up to your chest and step back. And if you need to, if you're with me at home here, you can come back here into child's pose.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah, and you're doing it as chair yoga, Tiffany.
I am doing chair yoga, indeed. Oh, wow. I don't know how you feel now, Lorna, but I feel like I've got another hot flush, but in a really good way. The energy. You see what I was saying about Jocelyne being an energy rewirer? Like, yeah, I've done yoga, Jocelyne, but when I do your yoga, it's like all of this energy unblocks and I get hot and I get tingles. I've got massive tingles in my hands right now. The energy is really moving. Yeah, Lorna is saying she did it and feels good and did Pilates today as well. And anyone, we've got a couple more people that have joined us. So raise your hand in the comments box. You've come just in time if you want Jocelyne to pull you a card and talk to you about the chakra that needs realigning and get another posture for our next move in the class. But in the meantime, whilst we wait for someone to go, yeah, I want one. And Lorna's saying she's got tingles in her hands as well. What is that about? Why is it like when you do some yoga, it feels nice and really relaxing. But when we do yours, it's like you're on flipping fire and there's like all this energy. Why?
I think personally it's because I like to feel that connection to an aligned state. So not just energetically aligned, but physically aligned. Because everything's energy and because we're energy, we forget that. And it isn't until we tap into the energy of the earth through our feet, which is why I talk about pushing through heel to ball or ball to heel or grounding down, or I get my folk to kind of really find the connection from their body to the earth, because it takes a lot of energy for us to resist gravity. all the time we're resisting gravity, and we can do it consciously or we can do it unconsciously. So if we really kind of press down into the floor, into the earth, there's, I forget what the physics is about it, but whatever force you're pressing down with, you receive back like a rebound. So we've got to, because we're in a physical body, we can't just be willy-nilly and kind of not be connecting consciously to the earth, because we're missing a whole level of connection to that energy. We want the earth energy. And because we're like a lightning rod, our body is like a lightning rod. We know that because if you get struck by lightning, you know, it goes right through you. There's a physical, it's physics. You can tell I'm no good at physics, but I know it's physics.
Wow.
Energy come down from lightning this way, but we can pull it up. And if we don't consciously activate our feet, and there are chakras in our feet as well, by the way, so we need to pull the energy up from the earth, and then from there we can kind of distribute it into different parts of the body.
Amazing.
Long-winded answer, I'm sorry.
No, it's fascinating, and it makes sense because, as I always say, you're the magician, and in Kabbalah, it's like in the Mastermind, you know, the magician meditation is a Kabbalistic one, which is about the lightning rod. It's like as above, so below, and he is this conduit. So it makes absolute sense.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that, but that's perfect. Yes, that's exactly how I feel the energy.
Oh, wow. Perfect.
And that direction.
Another reason why I call you the magician. We found another one. There we go. And so if anybody would like a, you know, tell us more about what you do first. Tell us more about if somebody's watching this and they would like to know more, what happens?
So people can contact me and book up an intro session, and they're completely free. And what we do in the intro session is a little similar to what we're doing now. I pull 7 cards aligned, you know, in accordance with the chakras. And when I've pulled them, we just see in conversation with whoever is in the session, we just see where the kind of blockage seems to be, where the issue is. And then what we do if that person wants to continue with me for another 3 sessions is work with some yoga poses that I will put together for that person. And we discuss, you know, this and that and the other of the whys and wherefores. Create a session that that person works with until we meet again with our next meeting. And then we maybe tweak it. We maybe, if it feels like that blockage has been shifted, we'll do another session of pulling cards and creating another yoga practice. And the yoga practice is, again, to shift energy through that area that seems to be blocked. And we keep working at it until we get some kind of result, some kind of shift, and that person can move on to the next stage or the next thing or whatever it is.
Utterly amazing that you use, what is it, the Chakra Wisdom Tarot?
Yes.
And yeah, so you get a tarot reading plus like a, I mean, the tarot reading is like an X-ray. Yes, hold it up. That's brilliant. A tarot reading is like an X-ray anyway, and then you've got the chakra X-ray basically, and you're able to see, you know, where that conduit of the lightning that you're talking about might be getting stuck by the sounds of it. And then it's like, okay, this is after talking to them, excuse me, and what's going on in their life, you take that whole person into consideration, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to mute myself because I need to cough.
Yeah. So I have, I don't just do one style of yoga. I've studied different styles of yoga. So it might be that someone needs a more vigorous practice. And so that will be the practice that I design for them. And I might do a 15-minute practice that they can do every day, or a longer one that they do 2 or 3 times a week. Or it could be that that person doesn't need a vigorous practice. They need something that's much more restorative. or we might do a yoga nidra practice. So it entirely depends about what shows up, what the person is concerned with, what shows up in the tarot cards. And then there's that perfect kind of energetic medicine that they need. So it's not all full on. It might be much more gentle. And also that people have different capacities. So if they have an injury or something like that, then some things aren't going to be practical, but we will find a way to do something that is suitable for that person in many different kind of spectrums. And it's the same with these cards in actual fact. So I might lay them out in accordance with the chakras, but then you can see here the colors of the cards are all different. So we might get a thing that seems a bit confusing, that at the fourth chakra, which is associated with the color green, we might have a solar plexus card. So then depending what's going on, I'll either focus on the position of the card, the tarot card itself, or the color of the card that was placed in that placement. That's kind of a bit layered.
So basically, by the sounds of it, it doesn't matter where someone is at. You don't have to be, I think you've called it a yogic pretzel in the past. You know, It's not about putting yourself in, tying yourself up in knots. What you do is you connect with the person. You listen to what is going on for them. You do the chakra tarot reading. It shows you the energy of that flow that needs to come through, where there may be potential sticking blocks, particularly in relation with what's going on in their life and what they feel they want help with. And then if they want to continue after that, you'll make them a bespoke yoga practice to do for 3 weeks, and then you come back together on the fourth week and readjust and see how things are from there. Is that right?
That's it, yeah. And wonders, when I first started doing yoga many, many years ago, I was a teenager when I first started doing yoga, many, many years ago. And I just used to do it for a physical practice, kind of oblivious and not really understanding the other side to it. But the more I've done yoga, the more I've learnt about the subtle energy that is a transformative energy in yoga. That's why yoga feels different to any other kind of physical exercise, because it's not just a physical exercise. It does alter your energy system. It does work on your energy system, and it also works on that mind-body connection. And what I find is if people don't have some kind of feeling or reaction, or some people just don't like yoga, they say they don't like yoga, or they've been to a yoga class and they say they don't like it. Number one, it's because maybe it's not the right style, not the right teacher. But number two, it's because when you shift your body, you can release things in your emotional system or your mental thought system that you don't want to face. And these things come up and people immediately think, oh, I didn't like yoga. And it's because there's something there and your body is trying. It's kind of going, listen to me. And we don't want to face it. And I've often had people, not that I want to put people off right now, but sometimes people have come to yoga for a first time and it's brought tears. It's brought these emotions out, and they swiftly leave the class. And I either never see them again, or they come back to me and say, I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened, but I just started crying and I had to leave. And it worries them and they don't come back again.
Okay. That is the energetic release. And Colleen is asking if we still have time to pull a card for her. Is that going to be okay? We got time? Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, so I often find that there's this uncomfortable thing that happens to some people. For me, whenever I class, I always feel totally energetically cleaned, washed. I always, even if I feel a bit headachy or migrainey or under the weather somehow, I feel better even when I'm teaching a yoga class than I started. And that's how I know that it is energy medicine, not just physically, but in your whole system.
Amazing.
Okay, here we are. So, Colleen, we have, I don't know if you can see that.
We can see that it's blue.
Card is justice.
Ah, justice. Okay.
Yeah, the card is justice. And it's positioned at the throat chakra. So that indicates to me that we need to work in this area, and possibly the subject matter that Colleen might put her awareness on is there anywhere that there's an unspoken injustice in her life that needs clearing, something that needs to be said that hasn't been said.
Okay.
What I would like to do with this one is a little bit different. It's called a bee breath, humming breath, and it's a little strange because I'll show you what you need to do. You need to put your thumbs in your ears, and you need to, the thumbs go to your middle thumb to the top of your head, like this. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're just going to have a practice here. I'll show you what it's like. We're just going to hum through the back of the throat. So I'll just show you without the fingers in my ears because I won't be able to hear you. And you take the whole of the exhale to gently hum. Did you hear me humming there?
Yeah, but it sounded like you stopped and started a few times. Was that the connection?
No, I didn't stop and start, but maybe.
Okay, so it's one.
So
yeah.
The thumbs are going to go in the ears. We're going to bring, and that is obviously going to make it hard for us to hear each other. Take inhale, and then hum with your mouth closed but not tightly closed. So you might feel a little vibration on your lips or at your tongue. And what it will do is it's vibrating your vocal cords, which is going to clear any energy. And it also is quite strengthening for the vocal cords. So we'll do maybe 5 rounds to start with. So inhale.
Okay.
I'm inhaling again.
Colleen is asking what to do with the tongue, front, middle, or back.
Relaxed, just laying between the bottom teeth. And what you'll probably feel is there's quite a vibration on your lips in most places. Last one. So just bring your hands back into your lap, one hand on top of the other, and just breathe to feel there's almost like a stillness now, a calmness. through your mouth and your throat, and just pause for a moment and contemplate that idea that there is an injustice that has been unspoken, not vocalized, unsaid. And just imagine where that could be. And just come back into the room, opening your eyes. And
oh, Jocelyne, you're amazing. Every time I work with you, that energy that unblocks is incredible. And so if anybody wants to take this further, just raise your hand or put a comment in this chat, whether you're seeing this live or on replay. And Jocelyne, you'll keep an eye on the chat, yes, and get back to them and send them a link to book in for a free intro session, yes?
Yes, I can just send a calendar link and you can book a time and we'll just chat and see what's up and see if it's a fit for you to carry on and work.
So in that free intro session, they will get the energy reading.
Yes.
And then...
Yeah.
So there's no yoga in the first part. That's if they want to continue. Yes. Then you'll make the bespoke practice from what's come up from talking to them and looking in the cards, right?
That's it. It's useful just having a session anyway, because it kind of points you in the right direction. Even if you don't want to continue with another 3 sessions, then you'll come away with something. There'll be some use there for you, no matter what your decision is.
Oh, well, why wouldn't anybody want to have that special time to look at their energy centers and where it might be blocked and, just, I mean, why wouldn't anybody also want to continue with a bespoke yoga practice made for you, not like something off of YouTube or even a class? We're talking, Jocelyne is a women's empowerment coach as well. So it's about taking the whole of you into consideration. And as she says, she's been doing yoga since she was a teenager. I don't know if you want to tell people your age. I couldn't believe you were this age. It's your birthday very soon as well, because it's the same as my husband's.
Okay, I'm tentative, but we'll not tell anyone else, all right?
Okay.
Next weekend, I'm 60.
Can you believe it? And Jocelyne was saying she started doing yoga when she was a teenager and took it as a physical practice. But over the years, she's realized how much is a spiritual or a subtle energetic practice. So can you imagine how much she includes the whole of you? If she was doing it since she was a teenager and is 60 in 9 days' time?
Something like that, yep. I'm enjoying being 59 for a while.
So, you're not going to get another Jocelyne anywhere. And if you want the elixir of youth, as you can tell, raise your hand and Jocelyne will get back to you with a link to book in and claim your free introductory Find Your Divine Yoga Tarot Flow. Thank you so much for joining us, Jocelyne. It's amazing as always. And we will be doing this monthly, same time, same place. So you can get a little taster, but it's nothing in comparison to having a proper one-to-one connection with Jocelyne. So do raise your hand in the chat box if you want to take her up on a session, because I think you've only got a couple of spaces left as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? How many spaces have you got left exactly?
I think there's 3.
3 spaces left. So she's at near capacity, but 3 spaces for clients. So if at all you want that, now's the time to raise your hand. All right. Lots of love, everybody, and have an amazing evening. I'm going to float off now. I feel just incredible. I might just be I've got to go to the supermarket, but I think I might be going to the supermarket glowing. Amazing. Thank you very much. And thank you all for joining us and for contributing and making it such a beautiful collective yoga class. Or should I say divine yoga tarot flow?
Yeah, we couldn't do it without everyone else's energy.
That's right, indeed. All the best. Bye. Namaste.